Hey YouTube yogis, Tina here. We'll get into another Vinyasa style class today, focusing on building up the heat and then lengthening the muscles, getting a nice deep stretch. Let's begin in child's pose. Let the knees go a little wider, feet closer to touch. Let the hips sink down and the arms outstretch in front of you. The forehead drops down to the mat, but if that's not quite accessible for you, you can place a pillow underneath your head. Begin to breathe some space into the side bodies, the low back. Feel the stretch under your arm. You can rock the head side to side, getting into your third eye center and finding some more grounding energy. Let's take this child's pose to the other side, so over to the right side of your mat. Reach as far as you can with the left fingertips, pulling back on your left hip, and then try to reground your forehead. Then take a walk back to center. This time, lift the arms up a little bit away from the mat. We're going to thread the needle, keeping your child's pose. So the right arm is just going to thread underneath. You can walk the head out, land it down, and then re-extend left arm out. Now we're just going to get taller with this twist. So walk the left hand closer to your face so it pushes you up. We're going to take a big windmill. So the left arm will drop all the way back, hand down, and the right arm reaching up and back. So we're adding some spinal extension to a twist. And you can take it one step further by floating the hips away from your heels. And then land them back down. You can give a quick spin of the wrists and hands out in front of you. So spread your fingers really wide, give each leg a kick back, and then fully step back to your high plank, and let the hips go high to your first downward facing dog. Take your dog for a walk, stretch back the legs, release head and neck. And if you've never tried it, bend deeply into your right knee and then let it cross all the way over towards the left side of the mat. And then swap, bend left knee, let it swing over. And now come back to center. Now let's lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Take a walk, feet to hands. Flip your palms, give them a rest, bend the knees a bit, and tuck the chin for a fold. Now look forward, sweep the arms up overhead, come to standing. And exhale, bring it all to center. Hands touching, toe mounds into touch as well. So let's inhale to chair pose. And exhale, take your forward fold. Inhale finds high plank. Glide as far forward towards and beyond the top of the mat as you can, and then drop the knees. Keep those toes grounded, bend elbows, find your low plank variation. Extend your arms, pull heart forward, upward dog with the knees down. And then send those hips high, downward facing dog. Let's take right leg in the air. Take a quick spin open. You can bend that knee, find a couple circles and movements. And then straighten the leg and step right foot through. Let's drop the back heel, and you might have a shorter stance. Bend your front knee. Let's take a warrior one. Come on up. Extending through each finger, but dropping the shoulders. Take another lift up, inhale, and the exhale all the way down. Find your high plank pose. Again, glide it all the way forward. Drop the knees down. This time, float the toes up. Hug your belly button up to your spine. Bend elbows. Extend arms for your up dog. Drop the toes, hips high, downward facing dog. Left leg floated in the air. Stack the hip, bend the knee, open up. Take some movement. And then sweep it through. Set up that warrior one again. Toes are facing forward. Inhale, reach up. Drop the shoulders, trying to get as squared to face forward as possible. Another breath, lift up, and then fold forward. Step it back. So this time you can take either of those knees down variations. This is all glide forward, bend elbows, low plank. Untuck toes if you've got your knees floating. Hips high, down dog. And then lift the heels, bend the knees, and look forward. Inhale, walk the feet forward, and exhale, fold. Inhale, float up, and exhale, connect everything at center. Inhale, and once more, let's drop into that chair pose. Shoulders have done a lot of work. Feel free to keep them reaching up and back or rest them at your heart. Exhale, bend the knees even more and find your Ardha Utkatasana half chair. Really challenge yourself to get quite low in the hips. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plank. Exhale, take your variation of your chaturanga, low plank. Upward dog. And downward facing dog. Let's come back to your child's pose. The knees can go wide again, sink the hips. You can have the arms out in front or you can try arms down by your sides. Keep a full breath. And then arms out in front of you. Let's pick the forehead up and take a walk over to the left. Crawl the right hand away from you. And then back to center. So let the elbows lift up and a left arm is threading under. For your very low, thread the needle. And you take a bit of a twist to the right. Pull your right hand closer to you. Press yourself up. We're going to take a big windmill though. So the right arm up and back, left arm floats. You can add the hips. And then drop the hips. Let's come to your tabletop. Stack your joints. If you want to give a kick of the legs back to reset the knee joints, that's fine. And let's take your cat-cow. Inhale, lower belly, lift gaze and tailbone. And exhale, pull everything in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, center. Step each foot back, high plank. Glide forward. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward face. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg rises, three-legged dog. We're going to keep this leg straight and floating, but take your three-legged plank. So lift the back heel and glide yourself out. And then right back to that three-legged down dog, exhale. Inhale, glide it forward. And exhale, high. One more inhale. And exhale. Now stay in your dog. You can lift that back heel, look forward, but now let's step through. Settle the feet in and then let's rise up to your high lunge. Let the left palm float to the ceiling. Right hand takes a hold of the wrist, reach up and take a lean to the right. Things to think about is left ear closer to left arm and swing that left hip forward. And inhale, center, arms extend, and it's your warrior two. Back toes facing slightly forward, tailbone straight down. Let the shoulders drop. Hands to hips, straighten front leg, let the toes come in. Left toes face back, bend the knee, and now warrior two facing the back of the mat. So a little bit of a slow down Ashtanga. Again, hips straight down, relax the shoulders, navel to spine. And hands to hips, straighten that leg and set the toes in so you're paralleling your feet. I'm just gonna hop around. Now kick the heels in. So you're going to set up for a goddess variation. Arms wide, bend the elbows, bring the forearms into touch. And you're going to go right underneath left for your eagle. So now you've got your arms pressing away from your body, tailbone down, then bend into the knees. So there is a big tendency to sway the back here. So really press that tailbone down. And then an inhale, let's lift up and away. Exhale, big sweep out. Fingertips might reach and graze the ground. Inhale, up and back. And exhale, curl it in and forward. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Let the arms go wide, press the walls away, and see if you can drop the hips another breath. Straighten the legs, straighten the arms, and then kick the heels out so that the toes are pointing in again, and rest your hands at the hips. Chest rises, breath in. Now let's take it all the way down. Exhale, hands can find the mat. So here's where you're going to want space off the side of the mat. We're going to come into your wide-legged down dog. So you can climb the hands way out off the mat in front of you and then let the head go. So again, feeling that space underneath your arms. Let the head be really, really heavy here. You can even shift it side to side. Now walk the hands so they're under your shoulders and then over towards that left foot. Hands out in front of you once again. I'm just gonna hop back around. Walk the hands out under your shoulders and then all the way up to your hips. And set those right toes to face forward. Left toes are gonna take a half step in, so you're squared off to the front of your mat. Let's have the left arm go up and then bend the elbow so that the hand is at the upper back. Right hand caps the elbow and tries to pull in towards center. Lift the chin away from your chest, but hug your navel in, and then exhale. Let's take it out. So you might not go as deep as you might feel you should or you normally do with this different arm variation. So come up just a few inches, let the arms go straight up overhead, bend that front knee and come to flight, warrior 3. Now we come to standing, left foot meets right, hands at heart center, and connect everything, Namaste. Let's bend the knees, float the arms, Utkatasana, and exhale, take your forward fold. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, take it forward, low plank. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Lift heels, bend knees, look forward. Inhale, walk feet to hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, connect. Let's take tree pose on the right side. So you'll be hugging your right knee in. Pull it really close into the body. Open your hip. And drop that foot somewhere along the inseam. Just avoid your knee, hands at heart. We'll go further into a side body stretch. So you can let the right hand fall inside that bent knee, left arm up. And exhale takes you into that side body bend over to the right. Inhale, let's come forward, hands to heart. Swing the leg out, give it a kick, and drop it down for a pedal. Let's take a little bend at the knees, setting up for your eagle pose. So it's that left leg that's high crossing over. Find your leg bind. Elbows out. Now this time we'll go left underneath. Just remembering to press the arms away from you. We're gonna go for 2 rounds of crunches. So very carefully and steadily exhale, come forward, elbows approach that knee. Inhale, back up to your tall eagle. And another round. Exhale. And inhale. Now this time, exhale, take it to the halfway mark and unload that leg, kick it back for another warrior 3. And then let the arms go wide. Tent the fingertips down, and let's drop the left toes as well as that left knee. So we're setting up for a horse pose. The left shin can angle to the right as well as the front toes. Walk the hands up to your hips. So feel that openness at the hips already. Let's add the arms up and basket behind the head. Send those hips forward and then lift up and away. Inhale takes you back to center. Let the arms go wide and then tent them down. Right toes can face forward again. Take this back shin, bring it as far close to you as you can, and then we're taking a walk to sit down. So your right leg is straight and you've got your seated tree pose. This time the left knee is facing the side of the mat. Let's reach those arms up. And exhale, twist left. Drop the right hand down, reach the left arm back, or take a half bind around the waistband. Inhale to unwind yourself and face forward. Drop the hands on either side of that straight leg. Sit tall and turn to face the toes, and then walk forward. Janu Sirsasana. Really press out through that heel. Inhale, get a little taller, and your exhale to release. Extend your left leg, give a bounce and a shake. Let's scoop under your thighs, bend the knees, come into a Navasana boat pose, with the option to then free the arms out in front of you. And then drop down, hug in, and let's roll forward through Vinyasa. Finding your high plank pose. Exhale forward, lower low plank. Upward face. Exhale, hips high. Fingers wide, breath is steady. Drop the head. Left leg, three-legged dog. So again, a nice straight foot, straight leg. Let's glide out, three-legged plank. So at least try to get the shoulders over wrists. Strong core takes you back, three-legged dog. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, dog. Inhale. Exhale. Now pause here, just lift the back heel and step left foot through. We're coming up to your high lunge. Inhale, rise up. Now it's the left palm facing up. Take that wrist up and across to the left. Inhale, center. Let's drop into your warrior two to transition, but then hands to hips, straighten your front leg and walk that back foot in a bit. So you've got your triangle pose. Hands at the hips to make sure you're trying to get the hips facing the long edge of your mat. Then arms go wide for your triangle. Lean out, right arm up, left hand slides inside. You should still have a smooth, even breath. If it gets choppy, come out of the pose a bit. And top arm pulls you up, hands to hips. And let's take triangle backwards. So left toes in, right toes face back, set the hips, long edge of the mat, arms wide, glide out. Now it's that left arm high and the right hand inside your leg. Inhale, pulls you back up. Hands to hips. Now find your parallel feet. Wide-legged forward fold. Let's go C variation, arms wide, and then interlace at the low back. Lift, inhale. Lean out, exhale. Try tucking the chin closer to your chest to really feel the neck get long. Come up about halfway so that the hands can come all the way down and take a walk over to that right foot. Side body opener for left side. And the hands return under your shoulders to take an inhale. Exhale, hands to hips, and flat back takes you up. So let's let the heels kick in so the toes are facing out, and let's set up the arms. So bend the elbows, bring them in, and you've got left underneath right to come into that eagle wrap. Press the arms away from you. and then bend the knees. Tailbone down, so feel the pelvis almost press forward. Let's start with the inhale to take you up, and the exhale way out and down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Exhale. Inhale, center. Let's come into your goddess. Bend the elbows. Wide fingers. Drop the hips. Inhale, straight arms, straight legs. Good, and hands to hips. So the right toes are going to take a big spin forward, and that left foot might step wider. So we're sitting up in your Parsvottanasana, facing forward again. The right arm is up. Bend the elbow. Left hand caps the elbow, and make sure to bring that elbow to center and lift the chin. Then a slight turn to the left, inhale, and an exhale to lean out. Inhale, rise up. Let the arms go up overhead, and then sweep them just down by your sides. Bend that front knee, and let's come into your warrior three. Come to standing. Right foot meets left, sweep the arms up. Let's take your low chair pose with, again, sweeping those arms way back. So it's almost like a ski jump stance. Try to drop those hips, but lift your heart. And then exhale, fold, hands down. Find your plank pose, inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift heels, bend knees, look forward, step the feet, inhale, fold, exhale. Inhale takes you up, and exhale to connect. So let's take that tree pose. This time you hug your left knee up, open, land the foot, hands at heart. Perfect place to stay here. It's the option to add on your side body where the left hand is down, right arm up, and you take your lean left. So you really feel that right shoulder blade pressing back. Bring everything back to center, kick the leg out, and drop down. Little bend at the knees for your eagle. Let's send that right leg high cross. Arms wide, it's right underneath. Send the arms away. And we've got those two crunches. So on the exhale, find your lowering. Inhale, get a little taller. Exhale. Inhale. Now come down just halfway. Unravel the leg. So you've got your eagle arm, warrior three. Let the arms go, tent them down. And here's where we drop the right toes back as well as the knee, setting up for your horse. The shin goes left, toes go left, and hands find the hips. And we'll just take a simple basket, hands behind the head. Send the hips out, but lift up and back. Make sure the neck is long here. You can almost pull that basket like upwards towards the ceiling and see if you get a little more length at the base of the head, the skull, the neck. And then center, arms out, hands down. Swing this right shin closer in so you can sit back and set up for your seated tree pose with the right knee open. Inhale, arms up. Let's twist to the right. Left hand comes down, right arm either shoulders height or wrap it around to that left hip. Really active through your left foot, press out through the heel. And use your inhale to unwind and face forward. Again, a little turn over to the toes, sit tall, and then fold out, Janu Sirsasana. Always a good reminder that you want your forward folds to go forward and not just down. Look out and then walk yourself back up. You can straighten that right leg, give a little shake. Let's scoop under your thighs again, coming into your Navasana. We're going to take this round a little bit more dynamic, so you can definitely stay hands here, or arms extend, maybe legs extend, and then tap everything in again. We're going to go 3 more of those. Inhale to your boat. Exhale, curl in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, hold it. And then curl in. Roll yourself all the way forward for a Vinyasa high plank pose with your inhale breath and your exhale low plank. Upward face, downward facing dog. Let's look forward and come to sit. So we're going to work towards Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So really just listen to what works in your body and your hips. We're going to start by taking this right knee, hug it in, and then drop the knee so that it's working on stacking over the left one. And the right toes are just off the side of the mat. So this is usually pretty accessible for most bodies. You could try full Gomukhasana where you're pulling that left foot to the other side, but if this right hip is way hiked up, then I would suggest you keep your straight bottom leg. So if you've got both feet to your sides, feel free to plant the hands down on the soles of the feet. Otherwise, you scoop underneath the top of that knee. Let's sit nice and tall, slightly forward in the pelvis, and drop your chin to your chest. Your Jaladhara Bandha, focusing on your inhale and exhale. And then look forward. Let the left arm reach up, bend the elbow, and right hand will cup it. So we've been here before, and you're very welcome to stay here. Or you can try going a full bind where the right arm wraps all the way around that waistband and then tries to creep up and find the fingers that are pointing down. So no matter where you are, press the head back. We're going to stay sitting nice and tall. Let the arms go nice and wide, release the shoulders, and then down. So if you don't yet have a straight bottom leg, let's take that. So the left leg releases out, and then slide that whole leg towards the right side of your mat. And you'll see that the pinky side edge of your foot is already facing kind of forward. Keep that momentum, really press that foot towards the top of the mat. Sit tall with your breath in, and we're gonna fold straight down. So if you're feeling that, it's likely your IT band, and you can go a little further by walking the hands over to the left. And let the head go. And walk back to center. So let the left leg go normal out in front. Cross the right ankle over left. Hands are behind you, fingertips are facing in, and then pull that left foot back. So you've got just the right one resting. Squeeze the knees in. Let's reverse your tabletop. So send those hips to the ceiling. Strong pressing of that left foot down. And then exhale, sink the hips, give a spin to the wrists, and roll yourself forward. High plank, inhale. Low plank, exhale. Inhale up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift heels. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. Let's come to sit. And set up for that Gomukhasana on the other side. So hug the left knee in, take it across, and you're either staying here, basketing under the top knee, or you've got the right foot across and you can rest the hands on the feet. Again, really honor that left hip. If it's quite hiked up, straighten your bottom leg. Sit tall, breath in, and exhale, chin to chest. And then look forward. Let's take the full, or going towards the full bind. So the right arm up, bend the elbow. Left hand guides it more towards center. Press the head back. This might be your happy place. Or the left arm around back and trying to reach up. Again, just sit as tall as you can. A lot of core work. Let the arms go, press them wide. Hands down. Now let's all straighten that bottom leg. And then slide it to the left. So press that pinky toe way out in front. Sit tall at center and take a climb forward. And furthermore, you can try going off the right side of your mat. Breathe into that sensation. And then walk back. The leg comes to center. Let's slide the left ankle over your right. Hands back, fingers face in. Let's set up that reverse tabletop. Squeeze the knees in, and then inhale, press the hips. Looking straight up, or maybe even a little forward. Exhale, release. Give the wrists a spin, and let's take our very final vinyasa. Come on through. High plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And take a few breaths here. Then let's come to sit. So we'll end with a spinal twist. You can come lay down. Hug the knees in. A little rock side to side. And then let the legs straighten into the air. Give a spin through the ankles. Point and flex the feet. Spread the toes. And then hug in, let the knees fall to the left. And if you liked that IT band stretch, you can try straightening the legs right off the side of the mat. The left hand may be able to glide down and support those legs. As you turn the gaze to the right, and you can bend into the elbow, and you might feel a little bit more stretch for that shoulder if you've got a cactus arm. And then look forward. You can bend the knees, draw them into center again, give a quick little rock. And then the knees fall to the right with that option to straighten them. The right hand supports the legs, and you take your gaze left. And then back to center again. You can let those legs float into the air. And then you bend the knees for your happy baby as a final pose of class. And then at this point, you might put your layers on so you can get nice and cozy for your Shavasana. And then you'll start to find that final shape of class, letting the body be long, letting the muscles go. Taking a nice deep breath in and out as you transition into a few moments of rest for your body and mind. Start to move around fingers and toes. Take a nice full breath. Stretch the arms back, the legs forward. And then curl up a little ball. And drop onto your right side. Come up to sit. Much better. Thanks for joining class today. My name is Tina. If you like the class, subscribe and send the class to a friend who you think would like it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.